Hello, everybody. What's up? It's your girl Jennifer Watson here, and today I am going to start something that is brand new to my own, I guess, way of life. I'm going to be bringing you 30 days of nothing but helpful information that can help you to progress within your own spirit. So, today's topic is all about needing help on the spiritual journey. This is a very common sentiment among a lot of people that I've encountered who are looking for outside help. But what I'm going to tell you is how to help yourself, okay? How you can help yourself. So in order to get started, I'm going to give you a few different ways, things that you can kind of take and move forth from here, and hopefully, gain some better insight into your own body, right? So number one is setting intention. This is very important for when you're waking up in the morning and wanting to be able to kind of get up, see what's going on for the day. But instead of running to your phone to see, what's the latest on somebody else's life, make sure you're sitting in that space and seeing what's going on with yourself first. That's going to help you to become more in tune with who you are. And you're also going to be able to set your intention for the day more clearly. So when I say set your intention for the day, I'm not telling you to go out and think about all you have to do for the day. No. When you set your intention for the day, you're telling yourself how the day will go. What emotion do you want to stay in? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to have a good day? Do you want it to be blissful? All of those things, right? And who doesn't want that? But when you don't do this, things can kind of tend to spiral out of control out of the day, and then you let go of the control of your own emotions. So my suggestion is to set the tone, how it's going to go, and then move forth from there. Then you can go and get on Facebook and do whatever else it is that you want. Excuse me. Number two, make sure you're feeding your mind, right? A lot of times, I know for me personally, whenever I'm driving in a car, I'm usually listening to some self-help audiobook, just because I'm obsessed with audiobooks. I'm not telling you to go and listen to an audiobook, but I do want I want to make sure that you're giving yourself something good, right? So whether it's a song that you love, listen to that. Make sure that you are constantly checking in with yourself and putting good things in, because when good things go in, good things come out. Now, if you're constantly feeding your mind with just negativity, whether it's listening to someone complain all day, or whether it's, listening to some pretty choicy lyrics to a song, or, watching certain movies all day, then yeah, that negativity that's going in is negativity that's going to come out. And so whatever you're constantly thinking about and focusing on is what tends to happen and show up in your own reality. So my suggestion, again, is to feed your mind, but not only just feed your mind with stuff, make sure you're feeding it with good stuff. Number three, it's really and truthfully important for you to be peaceful, be still, and be mindful, because we can talk all day on this one, but I'm just going to give you a short kind of what should you do type thing, right? Whenever we're going throughout our day and we're on this journey, the most important time to be able to tune in and see what's happening around you and where you are within your own spirit is to be still, because the concept of time is not linear. It is right now in the present moment. And right now, here in the present moment, is the time where you should be paying attention to what's around you, what you are doing, who may be saying something, what smells are you smelling, what sounds are you hearing. And only within that moment, you're able to truly access where your spirit is at that moment. So if you're on this journey and you're like, oh, I don't know, be still, because your answer is going to come within that still moment. Okay. Another thing too is I want to touch a little bit more on mindfulness. And mindfulness is the activity of being present, but also paying attention to what it is that you're doing. So right now, so this is something that I do every so often, where I might just start talking on my recorder thing or whatever, and I'm not really truthfully paying attention. But if I decided to sit here and look and stare and go, oh, okay, I see my phone case that's around the phone. That's interesting because the light is hitting it and it's changing the color of my case because it's clear. Or I'm saying, oh, I'm looking at my reflection of my screen and I see my printer and my storage dresser behind me. If I'm cooking, I'm paying attention to what I'm putting in the food, how much I'm putting in the food, what does the food smell like as I'm cooking. So pretty much if you practice doing everyday things that you do, a lot of times we can do it with no thought, really, because a lot of it's muscle memory, or like if we're driving somewhere that we're constantly always going to. Be present and pay attention to what's happening around you. You may notice something that you've never noticed before. So yes, now let's go on to step number 4 is, and this is really easy to do, is neglect your body. But if we pay attention to what's going on, like within our stomach, within our heart, our chest, anything, anywhere on our body, we will begin to be in tune with connecting our spirit to our body, right? Because our body, we as beings are threefold. We're mind, body, and spirit. And I like to say that emotions kind of create that compass to see where we are within our own being. So whether we're in our mind, we're in our body, where we are within our spirit. But a lot of times we disconnect our spirit from our body. And if something goes wrong with our body, which people are out there that are great physicians, we tend to go to the doctor and have them tell us what's wrong with our body. But we should be more present within ourselves to be able to sit still to see what is going on within our own physical self. So I would suggest to stop neglecting your own body. If your body is telling you to get up and dance, do it. If your body is saying, oh, my stomach hurts, pay attention and see, what may be going on there. What did you eat? Are you hungry? Things like that. So stop neglecting your physical self. Number 5, you're going to, you don't have to, but I would strongly suggest that you create some type of spiritual practice, right? Now, spiritual practices can come in any shape, size, or form. It can come in the way of drawing, right? You could color, you could paint, you could wake up and meditate every day. You could go for a walk, right? Those are types of spiritual practices. It doesn't have to be something that's overly involved or overly complicated, because we think we have to go and do this, do that, do this, do that. No, develop your own spiritual practice. And when you do start this spiritual practice, it should be playful. It should not be anything that is too harsh and it makes you upset while you're doing it. But as long as you're approaching it with a playfulness manner and you're approaching it with a way that feels good to you, then that spiritual practice is going to help you develop your own, within your own self, within your journey. I would suggest number 6, because this one is really good, is start paying attention to signs. Now, one thing that I've noticed within, I guess, my mouse fell, within the own spiritual community is that we're always looking at numbers, right? Numbers are the easiest ways to really get kind of signs and information across from the spirit world. But what about when you see a feather on the street? Or what about if a penny is laying somewhere and it really catches your attention? Those are things that we should be not necessarily looking for, but should be aware of, right? So don't go out trying to find signs. Allow the signs to come to you, because they could be communicating a very important message. And, there's a lot of people out here who do not have someone that they can communicate with, especially when they're going along this journey. They might feel weird or crazy. Trust me, I've been there. I completely understand the whole crazy aspect, right? But it's important to, lastly, within this list of things to do, is to create some kind of tribe. Whether it's one person, 2 people, 3 people, make sure, or it could be a whole group of people that may be an online community, but make sure that you are speaking to like-minded individuals about what it is that you're going through, because you never know what that other person could help you with. They could be they could have a message for you. They could have a message for you that's going to help you along your journey. So make sure that you are definitely looking and to create an opportunity for a space of like-minded individuals. So that is all that I have today. Hopefully these tips help you, especially if you are looking for help along the spiritual journey. If you do want to speak to a professional, I myself, and I have a whole crew of other people that I roll with who are professionals as well, we can definitely help you along this journey. I'm a spiritual life coach, so I do this is what I do, and I'm also a reader. But if you're not looking for that outside help, or maybe you can't financially afford it, which I don't like that word, but I have to use that language, then these are some tips that you can do that cost absolutely nothing. So I love each and every one of you all. I hope you have a fantastic and fabulous day, and I will see you on the other side.